Mm.
Check the chat session. If you can hear it.
We've not even started.
Ṣé ìbéèrè ní àfọ̀rọ̀? Ṣé mo fẹ́ drop?
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. My name is Gloria and I'm the host for today's webinar. Hi Leke, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon.
So joining us today is Leke. He's going to be telling us everything we need to know about on campus. And if you have a question during the course of this webinar, please kindly drop your question in the chat box. And I'll be reading them out to Leke once he's done with his presentation. So I'm going to be handing over to Leke right now to put us through and let us know what we need to know. I'm trusting it's going to be like a very interactive section.
All right, thank you very much, Gloria. Just 1 second, let me try to share my screen. Just give me a second. Please let me know when you're able to see the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Please let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, fantastic. All right, then. So thank you very much. Sorry to apologize on Kafaya's behalf. She literally just called me a few minutes ago talking about issues with the internet. So I wasn't aware that I was going to give a presentation, but I would try and make it nice and sweet. So Thank you very much. I'm the student recruitment manager in charge of West Africa, and I'll be talking to you about On Campus. First of all, we represent Cambridge Education Group, and in partnership with leading universities across the UK, Europe, and the US, we have our product, which we call On Campus. And just to put in simple terms, On Campus is a pathway institution that provides progression for students wanting to get into the university. And like the name says, on campus, it literally means our classes, our center will be on campus of the university they'll be progressing to. So for example, if I say on campus Sunderland, it means the student would be having all their classes also at the University of Sunderland. So like I said, I'll try not to make this too long, but I'm sure we're all aware of what pathway providers are. And I'll just be looking at the map just to touch on some of the centers that we have. So we have our on-campus Boston and Illinois Tech for the centers that are in the US. Most of our centers are in the UK. So we have across the UK, we have Aston, we have Reading, we have Southampton, LSBU, Hull, Sunderland, University of Central Lancashire, and many more. And for Europe, we used to have Sweden, but we don't have Sweden anymore. We have on campus Amsterdam, and we have one of our newest centers, which is on campus Paris, which progresses students to Kedge Business School in France. So just to touch across some of the key selling points of our centers, for on-campus Hall is top 10 in the UK for overall student satisfaction. For our newest center, on-campus Loughborough, it's #1 in the world for sports-related courses. So it's always good to note that. And like I said, we are already aware of how universities sell their key points. So I'll just try to focus more on what services we provide as on-campus. Now, how does it work? Basically, we increase our students' English level language. Sorry?
If we cook noodles now, the food on the, I know how much you spoil during the place. I know.
Sorry about that. That's fine. Anyways, can anyone hear me? Am I audible?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you. So as I was saying, in terms of how the center works, how our centers work rather, we improve the English language level of our students. We improve their academic grades also. We prepare them for the cultural shock, having to change basically educational styles across different countries. Then after successful progression, then the students are able to progress to their universities for either bachelor's or a master's program. Now, for on-campus, we have two types of centers. We have the one-to-one and we have the one-to-many. So I'll briefly discuss the difference between both of them. So when you say one-to-one, it simply means that our students at these one-to-one centers have guaranteed progression to that university. So it's not a case where they're going to need to apply. All it means is that on successful completion of that program, the student will progress to the university. And the examples of our one-to-one pathways are as follows. We have Aston University. Sorry, Moses, please, can you mute your mic? I'm getting feedback from your end. Okay, thank you very much. So yes, as I was saying, if you have a student who goes to on-campus Aston, it means that on successful completion of that program, the student progresses to Aston University. Same goes for LSBU, University of Sunderland, University of Reading, Hull, and Amsterdam. So, and also Southampton, one of our latest centers. It's also important to know that in our part of the world, in West Africa, most parents normally go for the one-to-one pathways because they don't want any kind of story and down the line. They want to know that it's a guaranteed progression and they don't need to have to wait for any quota of any university.
Yes. So that's one.
Sorry, Ramota. I'm getting feedback from Ramota. Please, can you mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, then we also have our one-to-many pathways, and sometimes we have students or parents who might insist that they want a progression to university that we don't have partnership with. Now, not to worry, we have our one-to-many pathways where students can go to our centers and they can progress to other universities we don't have those sort of partnerships with. And an example, we have them in 2 centers, basically. Like I said, the on-campus Sweden ceased to exist. So I'll focus on the on-campus London and on-campus UK North. So on-campus London, for example, we've had students who wanted to go to other universities that we didn't have any partnership with. All they needed to do was enroll in this program, and we use the UCAS process. So I'm sure you are aware of what the UCAS is. On the second term of our programs, we'll have the UCAS officials coming in to guide students on the proper way of listing those 5 universities in terms of their preference. So, and that will be covered because all payments for UCAS will already be covered by your tuition, so you will not need to pay any additional fees. Another example of one of our one-to-many centers would be UK North, which is in the University of Central Lancashire, but we call it UK North because it's up north in the UK. And we've had students who have been able to progress to University of Manchester, University of Birmingham, other universities that we didn't have those partnerships with. So like I said, UCAS would be the way to go around that. Sorry, I'm getting feedback from another person. Thank you. So to summarize it, basically, we have 3 programs that we run at OnCampus. We have the undergraduate foundation program, which is for undergrads. We have the international year 1, which is all. Okay, I think I was muted. Sorry, did you hear me? I think I was muted suddenly. So I'll go back briefly. I said we have 3 programs that we run at OnCampus. We have the undergraduate foundation program, we have the international year 1, and the pre-masters, which we call the master's qualifying program. Now, the foundation program designed for students who have just completed their O-levels and would need to have a foundation before they can get into universities across the UK, because I'm sure you are aware that to study in university in the UK, you have to go through foundation or A-levels. Our foundation programs go for 9 months, total duration of 9 months. And we also have our international year 1. The international year 1 also designed for our undergraduate students, also for students who have just completed their O-levels. But the difference between the international year 1 and the undergraduate foundation program is that students on completion of that program progress to year 1, progress to year 2 rather, as opposed to year 1. So when you look at this small diagram, you see that after completion of the normal foundation program, you progress to year 1 of any course of your choosing. But the international year 1 is already like a year 1 program, which is like year 1 of the bachelor's degree. So on completion of that program, the 9 months program, then you progress to year 2. Most people will say, oh, wow, I'd rather just do for the international year 1 rather than the foundation program. But the entry requirements are different. So for the international year 1, the entry requirement basically means we need O-levels that are very strong. We're talking about A's and B's minimum. So if you have any student 17 plus with A's and B's, and the programs basically has to be a business, engineering, arts and design, and psychology course. So we have courses for international year 1 under those pathways. And if you have any student who fits that, we can accept. Also, we've had students who have already enrolled in under tertiary institutions. For example, I'll use the Ukraine situation where students had already enrolled in universities across Ukraine and Russia, and they needed to move because of that war. So our international year 1 can accept those students as long as they're able to justify that they were in a university. And when I say justify,
thank you very much. Well done. So just keep me. All right. Yeah. Hello, sir.
Hi. Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I was talking about the international year 1. So yeah, I said students that are able to Sorry, that just threw me off. So for the international year one, like I said, designed for students with an O levels, and for those students who are already enrolled in other universities, if they're able to justify like transcript, we're able to accept them into that international year one. Then we have the master's qualifying program, which is also known as pre-masters. Sorry, please, I'm getting feedback from you. Can you mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, so for the pre-masters program, that's designed for students who need to, just to put in simple terms, if you come out of university with a third class or a pass, or even in some cases a second class lower, most prestigious universities will not accept that certificate. So you need to do something we call the pre-masters before you now do your master's program. So no, this is not the master's program, it's the pre-masters. And on successful completion of the pre-masters, you progress to the actual master's course. So that's what OnCampus does in a nutshell. And I'll try to touch across all our centers on the slides. So just bear with me, I'll try to be very fast. Sorry. Okay. So like I previously said, in terms of our visa application process, the minimum age requirement for our students is 17. Previously, it used to be 16, but it's 17. And yeah, I already touched on UCAS. So we're talking about one of our new centers, on campus Southampton. We started this center September 2022. It progresses students to a university in a Russell Group University, and it's our only partner university that's a Russell Group University. So for those parents or students who are particular about Russell Group, yes, we have on campus Southampton. It's one of our most expensive in terms of tuition. We're talking about an average of about £21,000. And the programs that we offer at On Campus Southampton will be the UFP and the MFP. I've already explained what those two are. I'll just skip this to make it faster. Then we have another center on campus, Aston. Aston University is in Birmingham in the UK. It's a prestigious university, and it's my favorite center because it has every single program or course available. So the courses or the programs that we have at On Campus Aston, we have the undergraduate foundation program, we have the international year one, we have the master's foundation program, and also the Aston graduate diploma. So before I continue on this, I would also like to add that for all our centers, we require CELT, which is an English test, but we also have something we call the integrated CAS. Now, it's good for you to note this down because we have the CEG CAS and the integrated CAS, and I'm sure you are aware of what a CAS is, confirmation of acceptance. So the CEG CAS would only cover the duration of the program, which is the foundation program, which is just a 9 months visa, while the integrated CAS would cover the duration of both the program and the course that they're progressing to. So you see that there are added advantages for the ICAS program. Also, for the integrated CAS, we don't require CELT. So, I said that we require IELTS test for all our programs, but if it's integrated CAS, we are able to waive the English test as long as you have a minimum credit in your English in your O levels. We'll be able to waive that. So that's an added advantage for students going through the integrated CAS route. And also for our students in September intake, if they go through the integrated CAS route, they will not need to reapply and come back to Nigeria to reapply. They can simply, the CAS will simply cover both programs, the foundation and the bachelor's. But if it's a normal CEG CAS, they would have to return to Nigeria to reapply. But if it's a January intake student, they would not need to do that. They will just reapply from over there because the law states that as long as the foundation program starts within and ends within 28 days of the start of the new course, you're able to do that application. So we'll be having a Q&A after this, so you can ask me questions on things that you're not clear about. But going back to On Campus Aston, we have the undergraduate foundation program, we have the international year one, and we have the pre-master. Like I said, all programs are available for all courses. We have business, engineering, humanities, life sciences and medicine courses. So on campus London. So this is one of our one-to-many centers I spoke of. We have the center is in London. It's a beautiful center. It progresses students to University of London, Birkbeck, Goldsmith, Royal Veterinary College. And also, like I said, if you don't want to progress to any of the institutions I just mentioned, you can simply go through the UCAS route, and that will progress students to different universities across the UK. So the programs that we offer at On Campus London are the foundation programs, both the undergraduate foundation program, the University of London International Foundation Program, the International Year 1 Foundation Program, and the Master's Foundation Program. Okay. And we talk about On Campus UK North, which is a very important center for us because this is the only center where we offer medicine. So it's very important for those who might be interested in selling medicine to your clientele. We offer medicine at UK North, which is situated in University of Central Lancashire. It's in Preston in the UK, by the way. So I'll touch on this medicine foundation in particular, like I said. So for our medicine students, we have two ways that students can progress to study medicine at On Campus. We have the undergraduate foundation program route, and we have the medicine foundation program proper. So previously, for over 5-6 years now, we've been running the medicine foundation. But like I said, it wasn't the medicine foundation, excuse me, then it was the undergraduate foundation program. So students who are able to complete this program will progress to a 6-year MBBS course, a 6-year medicine and surgery course. So the difference between the undergraduate foundation program and the medicine foundation program basically is that students who go through our medicine foundation will progress to a 5-year MBBS course, as opposed to those who go to an undergraduate foundation program. Those ones will progress to a 6-year MBBS course. I'll say it again, just in case I'm speaking too fast. The undergraduate foundation route are for basically the students who want to study medicine will be having classes with other medical related courses like cell biology, microbiology, and others. But the medicine foundation program will be strictly for medicine students. Now, the medicine foundation program has a total tuition of about £25,000, while the undergraduate foundation program is there about £18,000. So a student might say, wow, the foundation program is cheaper than the medicine one, but on the long run, it's not, because students who go through the medicine foundation program will progress to a 5-year course. So we're talking about the difference between progressing to a 5-year course and progressing to a 6-year course, especially when we have an average tuition for progression of about £45,000. So you're saving 1-year tuition by going through the medicine undergraduate foundation program. Like I said, if you have any questions, we can just do that at the end of this presentation. So if we have students who don't want to progress to University of Central Lancashire, we have 3 other options for progression. We have the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. We have the University of Nicosia in Cyprus, and we have St. George's University in Grenada. So those are the 4 options for students who want to study medicine. And their tuition is there about the same, on average, about £45,000. So going back to this particular center, we offer the undergraduate foundation program, the medicine foundation program, like I've already touched on, and the pre-master's program. So that's about the University of Central Lancashire, the center we call On Campus UK North. And okay, now we have On Campus Hall. So, previously I mentioned that we have integrated CAS. So that integrated CAS is not in all of our centers. We only have integrated CAS in 4 of our centers, and that will be On Campus Hall, which is what I'm about to talk about. We also have it at On-Campus Sunderland. We have it at On-Campus LSBU, which is London South Bank University, and also On-Campus Aston. So those are the only 4 centers we have that offer the integrated CAS path. Back to On-Campus Hall, it's a center that offers undergraduate foundation programs in mostly business, law, and politics courses, and also engineering and physical science. The international year 1 is a bit limited. We have all business courses and we have engineering courses available, but no life sciences, no humanities. And for the master's foundation program, we have business law, engineering, and physical sciences available. So students who are able to successfully progress from this program would progress to University of Hull. Okay, then we also have the London South Bank University. This is also a center that offers the integrated CAS. We have 2 major programs. We don't have the pre-master's program at LSBU, but we have the foundation and international year 1. Please don't forget that the minimum age requirement is 17. And at this center, LSBU, we have programs that cover business, engineering, humanities, and arts for the foundation programs, and also for the international year 1, because our international year 1 programs at LSBU cover the management degrees, finance, economics, and business. Reading. So Reading is an interesting center because it has the Henley Business School, which I've visited, and it's a beautiful building just to be part of. They even have a trading center for those who are into trading. Reason why I also like this on-campus Reading is it kind of gives you this feel where everybody's in one land mass, because that's not very common with most universities in the UK. So we're talking about maybe, for example, if you use University of Lagos or University of Ibadan, where you see everything is just in one land mass. That's kind of that old university feeling that this Reading gives. And the 2 programs that we offer are the foundation and the master's pre-master's program, but we don't have international year 1 at on-campus Reading. And the courses that we offer at on-campus Reading are the engineering, humanities, life sciences, arts courses, and business degrees. We offer these for both undergrad and postgrad. And we also have a London campus. Yes, before I missed out on that, we also have a London campus for the on-campus Reading, but the courses that that use the on-campus, the courses that use the London Center are the engineering, humanities, and although we don't run the medical and life sciences there, so basically engineering and humanities. Okay. And my second favorite center, which would be on-campus Sunderland, simply because this is the most affordable center that we have, basically Sunderland and Hull. We're talking about a total tuition of about £15,000, and we give discounts in every center. So the way it works is, I don't want to use the word cheapest, but I'll say our most affordable center has the least maximum discount, while our most expensive center has the most maximum discount. So for on-campus Sunderland, we're giving a maximum discount of £2,000. So that drops the tuition from about 15,000 plus to about 13,000 plus. So that's why I say it's our most affordable, because loads of Nigerians are there, and it's a very good university also. So we have everything also at this university. We have the undergraduate foundation program, we have the international year 1, and we also have the pre-masters. But the pre-masters is not ICAS, but the international year 1 and the foundation programs are in ICAS. So like I said, well, these are old fees because we increased our tuition, so I would not use this, the details on here. But just to, before I conclude the presentation, I also want to state that we have a center we call On-Campus Paris. The On-Campus Paris is one of our newest centers that send students on successful completion of that program to Kedge Business School. So Kedge Business School is one of the most prestigious business schools in the world, period. It's a Grande École institution. Grande École, basically in France, is what the US would call Ivy League, or the British would use the Russell Group for. So in terms of employability rate, it's quite really high. So, when it comes to this Kedge Business School, I always say that it's the return of investment is actually higher than any other center that we have, simply because of the employability rate. But loads of people just don't know about it, because when you hear France, you might assume that, oh, it's a French-speaking country. But in this new era, most of the demography actually speaks English. The older ones, let's say 45 upwards, spoke more of French and English, but now it's actually English almost being the first language. So our program at On-Campus Paris will be taught in English. And when they progress to Kedge Business School, it will also be taught in English. And the programs, the courses available at Kedge are business courses. We have the Kedge Bachelor, and I'll be touching on that when you ask questions about it, basically. But another thing I'll mention about On-Campus Paris is the tuition. The tuition fee is 18,000 euros, but we give a maximum discount of 4,000 euros, which brings the tuition to about 14. And when you convert euros to pounds, that's about maybe 13,000 pounds. So it's quite affordable. And by law, when a student is doing their IT in France, the student has to be paid. So it's a very interesting center. It's not as expensive as a lot of people think, but yes, you just find out more about Kedge Business School if you need to know about it. Then another, which is our latest center, we've not even launched it yet, but it will be launching this September 2023, and that's On-Campus Loughborough. The Loughborough Center is an amazing center. It's progresses students to a university that's in the top 10, basically our only university that's in the top 10 in the UK. And when it comes to sports courses, actually #1 in the world. So I know we have loads of students who want to further in maybe like football, but my advice to students like that is, if you are not already enrolled in a football academy, then I wouldn't think you stand a chance. But you don't want to cut short people's dreams. So that's it in a nutshell. We also have the On-Campus Boston and Illinois Tech. So please feel free to ask me any questions regarding any of our centers. And I hope I didn't bore you too much. Thank you.
Hi, Nikki. No, you didn't. That was quite an interactive section. Thank you so much for the time. Hi, everyone. Please, if you have questions, kindly drop them at the chat box below, and I'll be reading it out to Leke to answer them.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Once again. This On-Campus Paris, like you have said, you said something the other time when you start your presentation. The question I actually want to ask, you didn't mention about sciences, maybe probably mathematics, statistics, all those courses. Are they not offering it there?
Oh,
in
no.
any
So
of your campus?
okay, so just give me a second, but let me just quickly explain it. So at Kedge Business School, they only offer a course they call Kedge Bachelor. So in France, when you mention Kedge Bachelor, they already know what it means. And it's a business course that has a different range in terms of the modules. So I want to quickly try and see if I can pull out, although that might be difficult, just to pull up some of the modules. But to answer your question, no, we don't have those courses. It's just the Kedge Bachelor. And the Kedge Bachelor has a different range of business courses under it. So, yes.
But another thing I want to ask is this. If somebody has science background, maybe probably mathematics, physics, chemistry, and the rest. Will
Yes.
that person, is it possible for such a person to enroll in that catch bachelor?
Yes,
Hello, sir.
definitely.
Oh,
Definitely. 100%.
okay.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So
So, like,
let me just
what?
explain to you. Okay. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
Okay, sir. Like how many, if it is possible for a student like that, maybe that has science background, that has all this physics, chemistry, and the rest biology as a subject. Since it is possible for such a person, how many subjects is will be accepted? Maybe probably what are those subject requirements, sir?
Okay. So are you talking about in terms of O level?
Yes, in terms of O level, sir.
Yes. So because it's a foundation program, if it's a business, if it's a business student, then the business subjects credit. Basically, even if it's a science student, it has to be credit also.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, credit in the major business courses, business subjects rather. No, nothing less than a D. But for example, if it's a science student, we are expecting that chemistry, physics, and biology would be a minimum of a C. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, that answers my question. But let me give you an instance now. If somebody
Okay.
now have mathematics, physics,
Mm,
chemistry, and paraventure English,
yes.
will the person be able to enroll for that school, sir?
Yes, definitely. They'll be able to enroll.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Then
And
another thing.
okay, I'm listening to you.
Okay, then another thing. What about PGD, sir? PGD or PGC? Are
Whether
they
we
the
whether we offer that,
yes in education, maybe in education line?
no, we don't offer that, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
go ahead
true.
with your explanation, sir. I have
Okay.
gotten what I needed, sir.
Okay, thank you for your question. So going back to the Kedge Business School, the two major courses that they offer are the Kedge Bachelor and the International BBA. So the Kedge Bachelor is a 3-year course, and the International BBA is a 4-year course. Now, it will be very difficult for me to explain exactly what both courses entail, but like I said, if you just do a search in France for Kedge Bachelor, they already know, most of the recruiting companies already know what it means. And if I can send a link so that you can see the full breakdown of the modules in both courses. But when we say the International BBA is a 4-year course, the good thing about that course is that when the student completes, they can actually do first 2 years in France and the remaining 2 years overseas. So when I say overseas, Kedge Business School has over 120 universities that they are partnered with for a dual certificate. So you're coming out with 2 certificates if you go for the 4-year course. It could be, imagine, and you are also paying them in Kedge tuition fees. So imagine you're paying Kedge tuition fees already, then you're now having a degree from a university which probably has a far higher in tuition fees. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So that's for the international BBA.
Okay, that's good. Then another thing, sir. How would somebody apply? Most especially the one in Paris, that Paris on campus Paris.
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how to answer this, but the way you can apply is with the portal. So we have a partner portal that is used. I'm assuming that everyone here is SIUK, right? Gloria?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how you put in your applications, whether it's through one body, is it one person that puts in all the applications for you? I'm not too sure. But with all our partners, we use our partner portal, And the portal is very easy to use. So you see every single thing you're looking for there. So if you want to apply for On-Campus Paris, it's there. And just to talk about our farm trips, because while I was giving the presentation, I didn't touch on farm trips. We have a farm trip for On-Campus Paris. If you're able to recruit one student to On-Campus Paris this September, you get a farm trip to Paris. So that's very exciting. And if you're able to recruit 4 students to On-Campus UK, that's out of any of our centers, if you're able to recruit 4 students, you get a farm trip. But I think in terms of the easier one to sell, I'll say that one Paris student gets you a 1 farm trip.
That's
Go and
good,
take your
sir.
bath.
That's very good. Then another one, sir, that UCAS, sir. That
Yes.
UCAS that you mentioned, sir.
Yes.
What about the admission to that place? How can someone apply?
So the
As in-
UCAS process, you mean if a student wants to progress to a university that we are not partnered with? Is that
you
what you mean?
mentioned UCAS. Yes, you mentioned UCAS.
Yes, so we
UCAS.
only use UCAS. We only use UCAS when a student, for example, says, I want to progress to University of Manchester, and we don't have University of Manchester as a partner university. So they can easily go to UK North, which is in University of Central Lancashire, our center there. And on the second term, you know, I told you that our programs run for 3 terms. So on the second term, the class team comes and assists the students with all applications.
Okay. That second time is around what month is that, sir?
That would be around January. If it's a September intake, it would be around January because the first term would be from September to December.
Okay.
Yes, so January, February will probably be around the time when they'll be receiving those officials from the UCAS.
Okay. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm very excited with the time having with you. Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful, sir. But in case there is any admission that you have online now, please kindly forward it so that I have some students that I can apply for. That in fact they are really interested in applying to any of your schools, sir. So in case you have any of it with you, sir, please kindly forward it to our mail so that we can apply, can do any of it, sir.
Not sure I understand your question.
Okay, so Kehinde, if you need more information, you can just please reach out to me or send an email to Lagos Study.
Okay, Lagos. Okay, Lagos Study. All right,
just
sir.
hold on, please. Lagos at Study in UK. Lagos at study in -uk.com.
Okay, Lagos at study
in -uk.com. So if you have
-uk.com.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So do we have any other questions?
Yes, no, that's all, sir. That's all for now. Thank you,
okay,
sir.
I'm seeing a question here that says, okay, I think there's some questions in the chat. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, so people were saying that they couldn't hear what I was saying. Wow.
Okay, there's someone that asked, I think, can somebody with HND in mechanical engineering qualify to apply for MSc cybersecurity?
So the answer is no and no. But good question, because I didn't touch on HND. So we only have 3 centers that accept HND, and those would be On-Campus Loughborough, our latest center, with a tuition fee of about £22,000, On-Campus Sunderland, and On-Campus Hull. So those are the 3 centers that accept HND. In terms of where do we get most of our HND students, it's Sunderland and Hull, because like I said, those are our 2 most affordable, and thank God they accept HND. Then your other question is if mechanical engineering, we don't even have mechanical engineering in Kedge Business School, but we have mechanical engineering at a range of any of our other UK centers. So the next question for you might be, would on-campus Sunderland accept HND for cybersecurity? I'll need to check that while I'm on this call, just to be sure that that's available. So let me jump to the next question while I'm doing that search. How true is the progression to MSc in cancer biology at UCLan? I don't understand what you mean by how true.
Okay, please, can you please resend the question? We don't understand what you're asking. Can you please make it clearer? How true MSc in cancer?
Okay, so to answer the question about the mechanical engineering, if the student has an HND, the only option available for that student for on campus is at Loughborough University, because like I said, we only have 3 universities that accept HND, and out of those 3, only Loughborough has mechanical engineering. So we have MSc mechanical engineering at Loughborough. We also have it at Southampton. We have it at Aston, but those 2 universities don't accept HND. So going back to your question, that would be Loughborough University. Then if I'm guessing, I think the next question is about cancer biology. I'm not even sure we have cancer biology, but let me just check. No, we don't have cancer biology, I'm sorry. Please, if you have any other questions, please let me know.
Please, if you have more questions, please can you kindly drop or wave your hand? So okay, someone's asking what is the tuition fee for Sutherland undergraduate degree law, because it isn't stated in the on-campus offer package.
It wasn't stated. That's not possible. It's always stated there. So are you talking about the offer or the non-assessed offer? Because normally when an application is made, immediately the application is submitted to our portal, we send this sort of fake offer. It's not a real offer because admissions has not gone through the academic background of that student. So it's just, like I said, it's a pre-offer. It's not a real offer. So that's the only one where the tuition fees will not be stated. But if it's the real offer, which would be issued sometimes that same day or within 48 hours, then you'd see the tuition fees. But to answer your question directly, I want to pull out the full figures because, like I said, we give a maximum discount of £2,000 at on-campus Sunderland. So are you asking for foundation or for pre-master? Sorry, are you there?
Okay, there's a question from Ike. Please, regarding the immigration policy, what is the future of master's graduates in UK?
Okay, good question. That question is not for me in particular, but based on the updates that we have so far, the simple thing is that students will still have their post-study work visa, which is always welcome, which means that they have at least a minimum of 2 years to try and get a job. But in terms of carrying dependents, because I'm sure that might be what you're talking about, after this September intake, students will not be able to carry dependent. So it's going to be banned from the January intake. So I hope that answers your question. Now, going back to the tuition fees of the on-campus Sunderland, for the foundation program, the tuition fee is 17,465. But like I said, we give a maximum discount of £2,000. So that could bring it down to 15,465.
Okay, this person said, how long does it take to issue cards after meeting of the school requirements?
Okay, another good question. So it depends on the type of CAS. If it's a CEG CAS, which is issued by CEG on campus, that can be done within 2 days once you've submitted all the documents and our compliance team have decided to move through with that application. Yes, you get your CAS immediately. But if it's the university, because when it's integrated CAS, remember I said the CAS will cover the duration of both our foundation program and the university degree. So that CAS is usually issued by the university, and sometimes it takes time. It does. Like, I will give you an example. Right now, we have students who are still on the queue for the integrated CAS at Aston, because Aston University are the ones who are issuing that CAS, and they have a total process that is independent of ours. So they call it a CAS shield, where they would request and if possible even do a small interview. So those things take time, but 100% they are always done because they want the students as well. So to answer your question directly, if it is CG CAS, immediately you get your CAS. If it is ICAS, you have to be a bit patient while you manage the expectations of your students or parents.
Okay, so there's a question from this person. Hello, my question is there e-marketing or international marketing?
Is there?
E-marketing or international marketing?
Is it for undergrad or postgrad?
Or the percentage state?
Okay, we have marketing courses definitely, but for e-marketing, I'm not too sure.
Okay. This one says, please, what can I do? I have been given an offer letter for pre-master in Sutherland University, but I have lost my WAEC certificate. But instead, can I use confirmation of results, which will be addressed to them directly from WAEC office?
What of the printout? Because normally, sometimes we have students who don't have the certificate, but at least they'll have the printout. And when I say printout, the one that can be verified online with the WAEC scratch card. So if you have that, we can accept that. But I think that will be what will be requested first before we can now start thinking of a direct letter. And those things might take time. We might need to do a verification. But to answer your question, yes, when it comes to O-level certificates being submitted, sometimes we even accepted students who are yet to receive it because they are just written the WAEC. So like I said, if you don't have your certificate, we'll probably ask for the WAEC printout details and scratch card. And if that one too is not available, then we could start to maybe, accept letters from WAEC, but we'll have to do a serious verification to be sure that it's authentic.
Okay, this one is from Ade Damola.
Okay, I'm listening.
Regarding the tuition fee for the foundation year, it was stated, but I am asking for the tuition fee for the undergraduate or Sutherland. Do you have an estimate of what it should be?
Do you mean foundation or the university fees? Because
the university fee.
Okay, good question. Our tuition fees are always modeled around the university's tuition fees. So if our tuition fee is 15,000, the progression institutions fees are there about the same. I hope that answers your question. I'm seeing another question. Is there any university that offers HND admission into architecture? Let me quickly do that real quick. 1 second. So what I'm using is actually something that can be used by all. On our website, which is oncampus.global, we have something we call, sorry. Okay, sorry, as I was saying, on our website, On Campus Global, we have a tool that we can use. It's a course finder basically, and that tool can be used to look for any course availability. Just like you asked now, is there any university that offers HND admission into architecture? So I'm using the mobile app, and for those who don't want to download the mobile app, they could just simply use it on our website, oncampus.global. You see it on the left side, the course finder. So I'll pull out the institutions that offer architecture in a bit, but you could also ask other questions.
Okay, if you have more questions,
yeah.
If you have more questions, please just quickly.
Okay, I can see one here that says, please, I joined late. When is the start of January 2024 application for MSc Entrepreneur International Business? So please, I don't want us to conflict things. We are offering the pre-master's program, not the actual master's program. So just in case you were referring to the pre-master's program, we are accepting applications for January and we're still accepting applications for September. So that's for pre-masters. But if it's for the actual master's course, I won't be able to answer that question because I don't work for the university. Another question I'm seeing here is, if I meet all the requirements for January intake, hope I can come in the UK with my family latest December 2023. No, you would not be able to, because like I said, after September, that will be stopped. And that opportunity for carrying dependents would only be for pre-masters ICAS. And right now, we don't even have that. So none of our pre-master students can carry dependents. Let me just put it down like that. When they are progressing, it's even banned, because previously, after the foundation, after the pre-master's foundation, when they're about to progress, then they might be able to carry dependents because they'll be on level 6. But now the UK has banned it. So after September, that won't be possible. Another question I'm seeing is, the certificate in question is 1990, is not yet online. Okay. Thank you for this question. Very good question. I also use it as an opportunity to talk about our study gaps. At OnCampus, we have something we call maximum study gap. And for our undergraduates, our compliance team set it at 5 years. So any WAEC certificate older than 5 years would not be accepted by OnCampus. And for pre-masters, any HND or bachelor's degree that is older than 7 years would not be accepted by OnCampus. So to state it again, for undergraduate, it's a 5-year maximum. And for postgraduate, it's a 7-year maximum. So we don't have age limitations or anything like that. But we also have really small classrooms that are very interactive. We wouldn't want a situation where we have kids in the midst of adults. And also in this era of JAPA, where a lot of people are just running away, it's really tough to explain why a student would have completed WAEC over 5 years without any other form of study. So that's what we mean by justification. If you're already enrolled in a university, we need to see that transcript that you already enrolled. Even if you failed, once we can see the transcript that you are enrolled in university, then we know that the student was not just idle. The one for the pre-masters can be a bit harsh, because a lot of arguments could be that, oh, I was working and I needed to raise money, but unfortunately, just because of the way students abscond, we had to set a maximum of 7 years from their HND or bachelor's. So that's the answer to that question. Please, do you have any other question?
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes.
The question I actually want to ask, based on that on-campus Sunderland for HND, for HND, sir. You are saying if for HND, if you have HND, if it is more than maximum, you give them maximum of 7 years. For the HND, is it for the O level or for the HND certificate?
For the HND certificate.
Okay,
If
for
it's for the
the
O level, it's a maximum of 5 years. If it's the HND or bachelor's, a maximum of 7 years.
Okay, maximum of 7 years. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because okay, what if the student had already have that whole level result and he proceed to university or to polytechnic to study HND, sir? Is it still applicable? That 5 years, is it still applicable to that whole level, or it's just only for that HND that the maximum 7 years is applicable to?
Basically, the maximum 7 years is set for anyone who wants to study pre-masters. So, for example, if you've already gone through HND, then you cannot even go for foundation. Do you understand? So the HND is literally the certificate that we would need to accept before you can enroll for that pre-masters. And it has to be a maximum of 7 years. Any HND, and HND, we are setting HND and bachelor's degree on the same level in terms of study gap. So literally, any certificate that's older than 7 years will be rejected by compliance.
Okay, okay. That's lovely. Thank you, sir.
All
Because I
right.
actually
Okay.
thank you,
Yeah, it's
because
fine.
I was speaking for somebody who finished, if the person actually finished 2010. That was when the person finished his HND. So I was actually speaking for the person, sir.
Oh yes, we won't be able to accept that,
2010.
unfortunately. I think 7 years from now will probably be 2015. So yeah,
Okay.
2016,
So
we'll be able to
if
accept
the
it.
person wants to start now, sir, so the person can use his O level result, but even that O level result is even above 5 years
So we won't be able to
expiration.
accept that. We won't be able to accept that student, unfortunately.
Okay. Is it only applicable for Sunderland or in all your campuses, sir?
Good question, sir. All our campuses.
All your campuses. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, sir. Yes, sir.
Amen.
All right, I think that should be all for today. All the questions. It's past.
So
It's
sorry
past all.
again. Sorry again. This was an impromptu thing, so I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared, but I hope it wasn't too boring. And
No,
if you
it
have any
wasn't.
other information, just speak to Kafayat. I'm sure you already know Kafayat and you're already in contact with her. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for
Thank you so
having.
much, Leke. It was actually an interactive section, and I'm very sure everyone else here enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, then. Bye.
Thanks, everyone, for joining this webinar. Please, if you have any questions or if you need more inquiries, please send us an email, lagos@studyin-uk.com. Or you can also reach out to me if you got my mail earlier. Do have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.